Well, hello guys. We're going to give an update on our family. A lot of people have wondered why we have not posted anything in several weeks. We've actually had a whole lot going on. So, I'm going to ask that you please watch this because we need a lot of prayer. We've got a lot going on. And I'll just start. A couple weeks ago, Dylan and Katie and our two granddaughters, Aubrey and Abigail, went to Texas to go visit her family and see our oldest son and my mom, who were still out in Fort Worth. And Abigail had a seizure. While they were there, they had to call 911. They cleared and said that she was okay. They didn't need to take her to the hospital. They got back 1 day later, and we had called the pediatrician to schedule an appointment. I had febrile seizures growing up. My sister had them as well, and then our youngest son, Thomas, had just had one febrile seizure when he was about a year old. So we wanted to make sure, that obviously nothing serious was going on, scheduled a pediatrician appointment, and went in the first morning they were back. Thank God she saw a completely different pediatrician. The doctor had listened to her heart and heard that something was wrong when she was listening. She thought that it was pretty strong murmur. They did a referral for neurology and cardiology. And last Friday, today is Sunday the 24th, so not this Friday that we just had, but the previous Friday, she finally got her appointment with cardiology, and we found out that she has a very serious heart defect that unfortunately should have been caught when Katie was pregnant, should have been caught afterwards this whole time. Abigail has, the word is so long, I believe the abbreviation is CVAC, CVAC. What it means is she has a very large hole in the center of her heart. She has her two heart walls. You have an upper and a lower. Those are not developed, and we're all supposed to be born with two heart valves. Abigail was born with one. So it's going to be a pretty major open heart surgery. We got the call from Dylan and Katie on Friday, and then the day just kind of progressively got worse from there. I called my oldest sister, Mary, back in San Diego to give her the update. And as soon as I was finished talking with her, she let me know that she had just gotten off the phone with the facility where our dad is in, and they wanted to call in hospice. So, you can imagine Friday was a pretty rough day for our family. Us being in Florida, my sisters and my dad still being in San Diego. After we made all of the calls, we packed up and headed out to San Diego to drive straight through Saturday morning. Got there Sunday night. We only had 3 days in San Diego, and because California is back in full lockdown, we didn't even know getting there if we would be able to see my dad. But we needed to kind of take a chance because we had such a small window of time to get out there, because we were told that Abigail would be having open heart surgery within 2 to 3 weeks. Being 6 months old, obviously, we're pretty nervous about that. So anyway, we got to San Diego. We had told the facility that we wanted him transferred over to a hospital. They couldn't really give us a clear reason why they wanted to call in hospice, other than, he was not wanting to eat, and he had been running a low-grade fever. They tested for COVID. He was negative, but they really didn't have any reasons, and we told them that we wanted him transferred to a hospital, so they took him Friday night. He went to UCSD, for any of you who are familiar with San Diego. Found out that he had sepsis in his blood. He had a really bad infection. His blood pressure was really, really low. He is extremely malnourished. He is 6'1". He weighs 103 pounds. They put him on a ventilator and put a feeding tube in. Monday morning, we were able to go down. Thank God. They made an exception and actually allowed me and my sisters to go in to see him together. And he was not speaking at that point. Tuesday, we went back down. They had said that they would, from there, allow one person per day. So I was able to see him. My sisters were gracious enough, knowing that we were only going to be there until Wednesday, to give me as much time as I could with my dad. So I was able to see him on Tuesday. He was perking up. He was speaking, but not making a whole lot of sense. His mind is back many, many years. And then Wednesday, there was a COVID outbreak on his floor, and he was back to being isolated. They wouldn't allow me in to see him, and we had to leave Thursday morning. Meanwhile, Abigail went back to cardiology on Thursday, the day that we left. She had a much bigger echo done on her heart. A lot of pictures were taken so that the surgery team would know exactly what was going on. They would have a game plan. She goes back finally to neurology this week. She's got 2 neurology appointments. Cardiology is supposed to call back either tomorrow or Tuesday. The surgery team is supposed to give an update with a date. So we really could use some prayers. Our family really, really needs some prayers. Just peace with the whole situation with my dad. Wisdom on what to do. Really need prayer for Abigail. Obviously, just, to be at peace with this whole thing, for the surgeons to just have their hands guided by God, for surgery to be successful, no infections, no problems. We just need prayer. I'm not quite sure, we have a lot of videos that are just kind of sitting. We haven't even gotten to edit. I'll be honest, it just has not really been a priority. And our minds are really just kind of shot at this point in time since last week. Making that drive straight through there, and then 3 days later turning around. We got back, I think today is Sunday. We got back really late yesterday morning, I guess, about 3 a.m. So it's just a lot for us to take in, but I know a lot of people have just been, wondering why we haven't been posting, what's been going on. This is an update, and we're just really needing you to please share this video. We want to get as many people as we can to pray, for both, especially for Abigail. The thought of her having open heart surgery it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. She is going to be having it done at Shands in Gainesville, Florida. They are not allowing Dylan and Katie to be there, which is another thing that's very difficult, that they have to choose. Katie will be with Abigail. Her parents are going to be coming out to help as well. So we need prayer for them to just have a safe trip. My sister is going to be out as well to help, Mary. So please be praying for travel, safe travels for her as well. And, there's not really else. I mean, I'll update, obviously, like when we know more, to keep you guys informed, because a lot of you guys, you've begun to feel like family. I know that you love being a part of our adventures, and and our family and seeing how things are going. And I really appreciate, you know, people reaching out, just asking what's going on. So that is what has been happening the last couple of weeks. So, like I said, we'll update when we can. And I don't know, you know, when I'll be getting to videos. You know, I may be able to this week, just to give me something else to think about and do. And then also just be praying, you know, for the neurology. We're praying that, you know, nothing is found neurological wise. Cardiologist said that her seizure can absolutely be from her heart problem. Basically, the blood is not, it's escaping the heart through the hole, and it fills up the whole lung cavity, which is why you can see when she's actually breathing, like her little tummy sucks in. She has very shallow breaths. It's uncomfortable for her to lay on her chest on us, and you can see, you know, she has begun to start losing weight pretty quickly. So I know that they're wanting to get in and do the surgery as quick as possible. But I know that, you know, it's uncomfortable for her, and it can absolutely cause her to have seizures, they said, but they still need to make sure that nothing else is going on, so that they have a full picture before we go into surgery. So that is all, guys.